icy Sunday morning here in the Philadelphia area as I take you on a visit of the Philadelphia and Reading short line. Reading T1 with a cold drag. This is the west end of the yard and engine facility. We have a 6-stall roundhouse with a sign. You can zoom in here a little bit. The joke is not my original material, but I love it. Home of forensic maintenance. Give you an overview of the facility. In the back is the diesel service area. We are looking east, double track main line in the foreground, 5-track yard, and this freight train about to go west with a pair of SD45s. These are Athens, ready to run, SD45s equipped with Sonatas. What you will see in this railroad is that I model no specific era, and I model no specific railroad. I have what I like. So we're moving east along the yard, swing back this way, see some more of the power in the diesel facility. The Rio Grande Jeep 40-2s are a recent release from Athearn Genesis, equipped with Sound and DCC Sonata. The siding with the tank cars and the cabooses. These are all Bachmann track cleaning tank cars. I run one on each train, so I'm constantly cleaning my track. Swing back this way just a little bit and watch this westbounder pop out of the tunnel from behind the engine house of the mine. And we have a meet. The rock facing on this Scenic divider are all plaster castings, woodland Scenic molds were used, and the tree flats, polyfiber for woodland Scenics that's been doused with glue, and then the fall foliage. The cold drag with the Reading T1 is under a piece of benchwork that holds a long passing siding on my HOn3 railroad. Down here at the east end shifter pocket, Proto 2000 060. Something that I recently put in is this fishing pond. It's just for fun. You can see there's a hippo wading in the lily pads. Up on the side of the hill here, we have a country funeral scene going on. That's a Woodland Scenic set of figures, and I don't know if you'll see it with the video, but fingers at the left-hand end of the casket coming out of the casket. And you see Father Death, and behind Father Death, more death, Tyrannosaurus Rex. While I try to make things look real, I put things in for fun. So we're moving basically along the West Main here, coming into the coal company area. Stock Athearn RS3 for Peabody Coal that was weathered by a guy named Jeff Terrell. Very talented painter. The main mine, which is the main source of income for the railroad. The water tank is an American Model Builder's laser kit that I built, probably the building I think I did the nicest job on. Front here we have a machine shop. No, it's not on fire. There's an arc welder in there. Westbound main ducts into the tunnel, runs under this ridge line here. Double track main line runs across the face of the ridge. All that stratified rock is made from pieces of ceiling tile, and that wall is only about 1.5 inches thick, because the narrow gauge track that you see down here comes out of a tunnel, swings around past the station and water tank, and goes back into a tunnel, goes into a helix inside of this mountain. The station is a model of a station that used to stand on the EBT in an area called Coles, and the water tank is a model of the tank that once stood on the EBT at the town of Saltillo, Pennsylvania. Down here, if you look closely, you can see a rail fan who's got a distinct problem. Skunk with a tail up in the air. And as we continue moving west along the main, we have another rail fan here who's also got a problem. Yes, Papa Bear is about to spring. All the tree balls on this mountain are on round toothpicks so that they can be moved if I don't like the color. If I have too much color of one type or something in one area, I can transplant the trees. Coal train is passing a small town area with a yard for the HOn3. All the engines on the HOn3 are Blackstone engines with sound and DCC. I only wish they did an East Broad Top Mikado. This engine house here on the narrow gauge is the same that was the one over on the other side of the divider at the mine. Again, American Model Builders. Swing around here slowly, you can pick up the narrow gauge coming by. I have plexiglass guards up along the edge of the railroad So we never worry about my equipment or any visiting equipment taking a dump off the side of the railroad, although I take my pride in my track work that we have few or no derailments whatsoever. Continuing overview of the town and the yard on the narrow gauge. That's a model of the timber transfer, a building that stood in the Mount Union yard of the East Broad Top. And here is the coaling dock, which still stands at the town of Orbisoni on East Broad Top, although the shed on the top is now gone. If you don't recognize that, that's the Atlas Lumber Yard. I built that in the mid-1960s. Been with me for a long time. Back in here is the Little Woodland Scenic sawmill. Sounds like they're working today. One of the nicest plastic buildings that you can buy is this Plasticville crew shack up in here. They're very well done, very well weathered, very nice. And we'll look back this way along the West Main, and lo and behold, westbounder. Camera shorted out the rails. Sorry about that, folks. And we'll swing around here and follow this train. West Main tucks around, goes into the Scenic divider. Pick them up again, coming across the viaduct. We'll duck into this tunnel. Follow this around here. We'll pick them up on the downhill side of the tunnel. This grade is approximately 2%. It gets around the other side of the railroad, goes back up the grade. He's only working against a 0.5%. Another meet. The tower in the background is a model of the Penske's MG Tower that still stands today along the NS main line west of Horseshoe Curve. Follow him around, pick up the narrow gauge. C19. Believe it or not, those wrapped loads on the flat cars are sold by car mills, and they're supposed to be O-scale machinery loads. Seems to fit very nicely with the HOn3 size cars. HOn3 continues on its way. On the other side of the divider, this is a very steep downhill. Very close to 4%. is a figure E, and we are looking now at what I call the far side of leg 3. This area is the coal company. As I said before, coal is the major commodity on the railroad. This is Campbell's Quick Coal that a friend built for me, and then I still can't believe he wouldn't let me pay him to do the work. Charlie Woodward's a great guy and a great modeler. The coaling dock here, this American Model Builder's laser kit, is an actual Pensy prototype. The Fairbanks Moore's coaling tower is an Alexander scale model, and it was the first wooden kit I ever built back in the very early 70s, and it took me 80 hours of work to get this thing done. Industrial shifting area, it's about 20 feet long. We have coal facilities, cement, general factories. Building in the background is DPM Manufacturing, aptly named because it's all made from DPM wall segments. Down here in the front are 2 Walthers buildings, Leviathan Manufacturing, and this little thing is a pre-built for Walthers, and I'm not even sure what it's called. A couple small Walthers buildings here. In the back, false front, Walthers building, which I call Turney's Tools, which is named for a very good friend of mine down in the Atlanta area. This building here is a kit-bashed Corber model that a good friend of mine gave to me. And I want to swing back this way because the same guy, Bob Keller, also gave me that building that's a Walthers kit that he kit-bashed to an odd shape. The track that you see in the back there goes out to the left and joins up with the westbound main at the bottom of the grade past MG Tower. Try to swing very slowly so your eyes don't cross trying to keep up with me. There are 8 runarounds in this area. And it's a fun portion when we do op sessions. Guys like to get in here because there's a lot of work that gets done, and it's like working a chess game. This is pre-built Woodland Scenics, Clyde barrels. And as you can see, I like tracks that get in and out amongst the buildings close quarters. Reliable storage here is a Walthers kit that went out of production for a while, came back in, and I don't know if it's back or not, but it is built as a odd-shaped kit. It wasn't kit-bashed to do this. This is AC Brown Manufacturing. Again, American Model Builder's laser kit. 54 windows in the kit. Each window is 5 parts, including the acetate. And then down here is my waterfront. Now, this is the complete Walthers waterfront scene except for one other building the same size as this big pier building that you see, because they obviously didn't have room for it, and that includes the idler flat cars. Okay, there's the car float apron and the car float, which can be built to either 2 or 4 foot, which obviously I did 4 foot. There's the Walthers tugboat, which is painted very similar to what the Reading Railroad's tugboats would have been in Philadelphia. The pier with the rolling crane. And then right here is the fine scales miniature pile driver that was built by another good friend of mine, Jeff Urso. I just wouldn't have had the patience to do this puppy, but Jeff did a wonderful job. And this siding, which goes back and goes through the wall. No, it doesn't. That's a mirror back there. And the newest addition back here is this abandoned warehouse building. If you look real close, there is a siding there. You see a tree growing up through a truck. And again, a sign, which is my feelings, but if you don't like it, I respect your opinion. The water has just been poured in here, and we really need another level. but I'm going to wait a few months before I do that. So we'll work our way back out of the industrial shifting area, try to pick up some of the main line action. Steam engine close by, possibly the eastbound coal drag with the Reading T1. Unless he's already been by here. Working our way back, this is a village along the narrow gauge. Almost all of these buildings in here are from American model builders, laser kit people. Here the local drunks have managed to run their car up on the porch of the cafe, and the local sheriff's giving them what for. Bikers like to hang out at this garage. Again, arc welder. Back over here is Spooner Sash. That's a Walther's building, pre-built. And this track in the foreground back here goes behind MG Tower, works its way back to this tunnel. Is an interchange track which connects the West Main with the industrial shifting area. The westbounders with the SD45 should be popping around that corner here in a couple seconds. Downhill. Past MG Tower. And here comes the Reading T1 up the hill. So we have another meet at MG.